attention to the contradiction that we're pointing out.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
Yeah. Well, like, okay. You know, this stuff, this whole Christianity shit, we did, like, they be saying this stuff started in Africa and all that shit. This had none of, no, it did not. It didn't. Well, let me say, the literature, I mean, of course, there are aspects of Egyptian mythology and stuff like that that they've stolen from, but that's what they, you know, they would have done that. That's just what it is. That, you know, you see the aspects of the previous cultures in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. You're gonna see that. But it's like, I think Black people, we take that and say, oh, because they've syncretized our earlier culture, in a way, it's ours. No, they syncretized your earlier culture to give you some shit you could resonate with.
Yeah.
Like, that's not something to be, well, I can see the nigga. You see the remnants of them trying to coerce you. That's coercion. That's why so many of the gods during that time, Jesus is copying their motifs. Because if you got a God that turns water into wine, I got a God that turns water into wine, offer salvation, walked on water, the whole thing. If you got a God that heals people, I got a God that heals people, walks on water, come from, you know, it's like you're getting one up.
Yeah. My God to kick your God's ass.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. My dad will beat up your dad. It's always the same thing.
And like the you know, I'm about to get into this documentary hypothesis and shit like that, trying to see about this Old Testament, who wrote it, what time period. This shit was put together during their captivity and exile.
Yeah.
Your question, you went through
by different groups. And they
my bad. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and they basically had a Council of Nicaea, if you will, and just agreed to put all that shit in there. So sometimes when you read it, it makes no sense whatsoever, and it's because they just literally just put it all in there together.
Yeah. Now I was about to ask you, Bar, if you were gonna do the different layout, because I can't do it for mine, but so you can do it. I know. All right, cool, not a problem. Hey, appreciate you. All right, so we got Kingdom up here. I think Kingdom was talking in the comments about how he can teach us some stuff. I'm not sure what he said to Ariel or Hanji. He said to one of them, but Kingdom.
Said, Mary wasn't 12.
Oh, he said Mary wasn't 12. Okay,
that was him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Kingdom, you're some sort of Christian or Israelite?
Just to touch off, I didn't say that Mary was 12. I said it didn't say nowhere in there that she was 12. But I'm a born again Israelite.
Born again Israelite. All right, cool. So you're a born again Israelite. So you think that Black people are from the Levant region? That was a yes or no, Kingdom. Did you hear me? Am I good, y'all? Y'all can hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was just wondering, making sure Kingdom heard me. Kingdom, you there? Hello? What the hell just happened? Oh boy.
That Jerusalem wireless don't always be connected.
What the hell is a born again Israelite?
Man, really say he's a born again Israelite, like whatever the hell that means. Like, what does that mean? That he thinks that, you know, we're that's why I asked him, do you think we're from the Levant region? And no, that's just didn't answer. It's insanity. But yeah, y'all, let's keep giving these history lessons, man. Tap that screen, y'all. Make sure that we could get the Crash Shot Christians coming to the live, see if they would like to come in and discuss why I think you know, Black people should be Christian. How y'all been doing though? Y'all good?
I can't call it. I might spoil it.
Can't call it by spoil it. All right, let's see who wants to come up. All right, is that Miss Fifi?
I don't know. You know, I be tapping, and for some reason, I come up on lives. But I'm listening and tapping, and you know what? Christianity is the worst thing that could happen to Black people.
Facts.
But anyway, I'm down in the comments tapping. I'm not trying to come up.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you, Fifi. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and wait for somebody else. Maybe Kingdom will come back up.
Either that or, you know, he knows he's wrong and he's embarrassed. Rightfully so.
Yeah, he should be embarrassed if he thinks that Black people are from the Levant. Don't. Oh boy.
And I'm seeing a rise in it. I'm coming across more videos about it on the FYP.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting bad.
Oh yeah, it's gotten really bad. You know, Black people are from the Levant. Black people are the real Native Americans. It's getting terrible. It's like I've seen videos both on Instagram and Threads and on TikTok how the Atlantic slave trade never happened, stuff like that. Harriet Tubman never existed. I've been seeing some terrible shit, bro. Like I don't get it. And I really don't get it. As much as information that we have out there, people are really saying that Harriet Tubman was not a real person. It's insane. Completely insane. Yeah, yikes.
King Charles is Black, or King James, sorry. Yeah.
King James was Black. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where they got that from. Did someone just make it up recently, or is it something that's just now resurfacing? I don't get it.
I think it's something recent. But it's like it's so insane on what people will believe, right? Because if you can get them to believe that we're the quote unquote real Jews, they're of course gonna believe all the other crazy shit like Christopher Columbus being Black and King James being Black. Of course they're gonna start believing that too. It's that's why misinformation is so. My bad, Breezy. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say King James is Black. LeBron James.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna say
like
that.
It comes from that swarthy thing, because same thing from Song of Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was something that the B.A.H just made up. Like there's
it is, but that's what they're using to do that. They're saying because he's described as swarthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was something they did with Beethoven, saying that Beethoven was Black because he's described the same way as swarthy.
Now that's a new one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen that too. For the one for Beethoven, he's described as swarthy, or he had a Moorish mother, and of course, people don't realize that simply saying Moorish doesn't necessarily mean like a Black person that looks like us, right?
Exactly.
The Moors have Black people. The Moors have Black people there, but the Moors weren't only Black people. Yeah, it's like saying, you know, America basically. The Moors were a mix of people. They weren't just Black folks. Now there was a lot of Black folks. Yeah, you know, we have busts of them in Europe and everything like that. We have depictions of them, but not everyone. Oh yeah, I've heard Mozart was Black. I've heard Beethoven was Black. I've heard a lot. It's crazy. I heard Harriet Tubman didn't exist. I heard Christopher Columbus was Black. It's Christopher Columbus was Black, y'all. That's what people are saying nowadays. Christopher Columbus was Black. It's insane. Now, Alexander Dumas was Black. If you're talking about the Count of Monte Cristo, the person who wrote the Count of Monte Cristo, yeah, he was Black. His mother was enslaved in Haiti. So that one is true. The writer of the Count of Monte Cristo, that was a Black person. That one's true. But Beethoven, insane.
Count of Monte Cristo is such an excellent book.
George Washington was Black. My God.
Yikes.
I've heard that one too. George Washington. Or if they don't say George Washington, they say technically the first president was Black, because there was a leader
I've
before
heard
George Washington.
that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I think I heard that on your live. But George Washington?
Oh, George Washington. That's I don't know, man. I think it's because you know how Bar said before, we're so used to losing. We're in a part of history right now where Black people lost a lot. So we cling on to things that makes us winners, which is where you get the real Jews thing from, because of the whole Jews run the world thing, where you get we want to explain basically our L's. Yeah, I mean, and if you want to explain our L's instead of taking on the actual real history of, listen, we just got enslaved and we lost wars. Yeah, I mean, we take on the other stuff like, oh, we're divine, therefore we're the real Jews and that's why they hate us. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Just like, y'all, we have to understand our history. We got into wars, or the slave trade happened because like they were selling their prisoners of war. And when the kingdoms were unstable enough, that's when they were able to come in and split us apart. People got to understand, we spent over 500 years talking and trading with Europeans. It was only into the 1800s that they were able to colonize all of Africa. We met Europeans back in the 1300s. So from 1300s all the way to 1800s, over 500 years where they were not able to colonize us. It only happened in the 1800s. You know? Okay, I saw someone request, but they didn't.
It was Fifi again.
Oh, well, Fifi again. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's exactly my thing, Esoteric. Why would we want to claim the slave owners? I don't want to claim that shit. Those are not my ancestors. Those are the assaulters of my ancestors. Ain't my ancestors at all. I don't claim that shit. They assaulted my ancestors. They're not my ancestor. And I only got 1% colonizer. Of course, from France. You know? Man. And of course, I got people over on my YouTube kind of crashing out. So you need to leave the past and move on, bro. Preaching this hatred crap. I don't know why. I don't know why this dude on my YouTube is saying that I'm preaching hatred. All I am is talking about history. This is actual, genuine history. Like,
that's what a colonized mind would say.
Mm-hmm. Bro, you need to leave the past and move on, bro. Quit preaching this hatred crap. Instead, teach your people finance, bro. Buy some Bitcoin or something. Nigga, Bitcoin. Like, crypto's a scam, y'all. Y'all know that, right? Crypto is a big pump and dump. Like, you get your money. Sure, go ahead. But it's a pump and dump. It's a shit, a scam. All right, Clay Trey. Clay Trey wants to come up. Clay, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. I just want to say something really quick. It's just like the whole thing about claiming this person's black, that was black. It's just like they take a half truth and they embellish it. It's like with the black samurai. It was a slave who went to Japan with his master, and he was 6 foot something really big, and he did become a samurai. So they took that true part of history. They took that true part of history. And now they're saying, oh, the original samurais were black. So they just take a little bit and they run with it. And you had these people who are looking for an identity, eating it up a lot. Like Alexander Dumas, he was black, but not King James and all. They were not black people. They were not black. And I heard someone claiming Vikings were originally black. Now, there could have been some Vikings that were black because Viking was just a term. They went everywhere. Yes, they went. There was just a term, but they were not. They're from Scandinavia. We're not. There was no Negro-like indigenous to Scandinavia. You know, that's all. They're just looking for things to hang on to. The whole thing with Beethoven and Harriet Tubman. I've been hearing the Beethoven one for years since I was a little kid. I heard that one, but I do know there was a famous Russian general. He was black because his father, you know, he was Russian. And he got an indentured servant pregnant. You know, it was his mom. So, but they just take one little piece of something and they run with it. And we had these poor lost souls eating up every bit of it, because we haven't had an identity for so long. They didn't realize we had an identity the whole time. We just had a new one once we got here. We made our own, but they're looking just to be part of the bigger picture by saying we were kings and kings and all that kind of bullshit. It's like, if that's the case, anybody on earth can say they had kings and queens in their from their country. Everybody has had leaders, so it's not like we all came from King Mustafa or something the first. We're all of his lineage. We just have to be happy with who we are,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
be proud of what we've come so far. We were probably like the strongest people that have ever been on the face of the earth. Because I was reading that book that Bar recommended. That book broke my heart. It's so emotional. And that Arab slave trade, to me, after reading it, it was worse than the transatlantic slave trade. And they both were bad. But that was just horrible, the things they did and for how long they did it, up until recently, to tell the truth. But if you look at some chapters of the book, they were talking about the Arabs started a lot of the stereotypes people have of Black people to this day.
They did. And
the Europeans picked up on it and ran with it. Because actually Muhammad, the prophet, did not talk about Black people like that. He actually, some of them in the early days were, there was someone, I'm not going to call anybody a slave owner, a nice slave owner, if you know what I mean. But they were not like those other ones. But the Arab slave trade, they started so much stereotypes and hatefulness toward the Blacks. So when the Europeans got it, they're thinking we're monkeys, we're savages, we're living like animals, that we had no sense at all. And a lot of that was started by the Arabs, and people don't realize that. And that made me damn near hate them almost as much as I hate Christians, to tell the truth. And I shouldn't be hating, but it was just horrible reading that book. It was so emotional. It just tore me up reading that book.
And you know what's crazy is that there was a live that I did, it was probably like a month back, where I told people, y'all, the Arab world is probably one of the most racist places you'll ever go to.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and then people were upset at me in the comments. So I'm like, why y'all mad at me for? Like, y'all not gonna be the one dealing with this shit. Like, even Nigerian Muslims will tell you when they go take the Hajj how they're treated over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll tell you themselves, like, why y'all mad at me for saying it? Go ahead and fix the shit that don't be mad at me. Go talk to Habibi or some shit like that. I don't know. Like, don't be mad at me for pointing this shit out. Like they did, like I'm the bad guy here, In
certain countries, especially Saudi Arabia and UAE, they treat a lot of people from Africa horrible. They get over there as servants, take their passports. They're virtually slaves over there to those people. With modern day slavery still going on.
Yep, ask Libya.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's modern day slavery is still going on, and people want to ignore it and everything. And Bar, thank you for recommending that book. That was an awesome book. And I actually told people about it, but people just have to open our eyes. We can't be everything. We accuse them of cultural appropriation. We're doing the same thing. We do the same damn thing. Oh, we made this. No, you didn't write it. You didn't write that sonnet. Beethoven wrote that. That wasn't you. Don't take credit for every damn thing. You sound just like them now when you do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Horrible. Well, that's all I wanted to say, and I want to thank you guys, and love you all. Keep up the good work.
Love you, Auntie.
Okay, it's a nice day. It's a nice day here in California. I'm gonna go have
yesterday. It's yesterday way over there.
I'm gonna have a nice day. I'm gonna go have a Negro light with some chicken wings.
Negro light.
Negro lights on the rocks with some chicken wings. You guys have a good one, okay? Love you all.
You too, Gray.
Loves you.
Yeah, y'all, but we already have a beautiful history. You know what I mean? We already have a beautiful history. We don't have to be taken from others. What Cray was pointing out before, how, there was an African person here, there was a Black person here, Black person there. That means that we actually had our own era of discovery, but the one that's taken the most seriously is Europeans, right? That's the one that's the most documented. That's because history has a big Eurocentric lens, because that's where they started the entire field of being a historian. So it has a big Eurocentric lens. But y'all, they were Black explorers, y'all. We were going all around the world, to Asia, to Europe, being all around these places. You know what I mean? We were there. It's just that we need to focus on putting that history out there. That's what we need to focus on, instead of trying to say that, the original Chinese was Black. We ain't got to do that. We already have our own explorers. You know what I mean? We have an explorer called Abu Bakr, I believe his name was. He set out on the Atlantic. Did he make it to Brazil or to South America? We're not sure. Yeah, I mean, we're not sure if he made it all the way down here. But you don't have to say that the Olmecs were black. You got to say that because it's like we have no idea who made it here. But we know Abu Bakr did go ahead and set sea. He did it twice, as a matter of fact. He went once, they found a whirlpool, so he went back, and then he went a second time. Yeah, I mean, so what most likely happened is that he didn't make it, you know? He just didn't make it. But we have our own seafaring explorations. Like, all that stuff is just not now. That's all it is. And we need to go out there and try to concentrate to put that history out there instead of trying to say that the original samurais and the Qing dynasty and the original Jews or whatever, it was all niggas. Like, we ain't got to do that. We don't have to do that at all, y'all. We have our own history to tell. Our own history to tell. What's going on, Bar?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, man. We just waiting for some folks to come in.
37 shares ain't gonna get us nobody no time soon.
Let me share this. Give me a second. All right, went ahead and reposted it. Let's see if I can go ahead and.
Y'all can this for everybody in the chat because I started doing this, but you can add lives to your story, so that way when people see that you posted a story and they watch it, it'll play the live. Like, it's not a screenshot or nothing. It'll show exactly what we're talking about at the moment, and people will come in if they want to talk about it.
I just added it to my story. Cool, just added it to my story. We've had any crash outs before I joined?
No, I got caught a bit. It wouldn't be a regular day if I didn't.
Yeah, all of them.
Oh,
Yeah, all
goodness.
of them. Everybody crashed out.
My goodness.
It was a few though. Everybody crashed out though.
And of course, over on the Deconstruction Junction, we have people crashing out there too.
It is. The World Cup finale is on right now. I just came on.
Oh yeah, the World Cup is on. Is Spain and France, right?
Unfortunately, no. Argentina.
Oh, Spain and Argentina. Yeah, okay. Which team has the most black people? That's the one I'm going to cheer for.
Neither.
Neither. Well, I'm not going to watch it this year then. Screw it. But yeah, Argentina, they went last time, didn't they? Yeah. They did go last time.
I think Spain has some like waiting to hop in the game, but from what I've seen this season, no. I mean, they're both. It's colonizer against Nazi haven. So I mean,
the colonizer versus Nazi haven is not very good. It's not a very good choice. So we're just gonna have to go ahead and just not watch this year, I guess. We'll watch the next World Cup. Matter of fact, where's the next World Cup gonna be? The one in 2030.
Spain, Portugal, and Morocco.
Oh, Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. I haven't heard a lot of good things about traveling to Portugal or Spain, so I'm more iffy with those places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm real iffy with traveling to. Hey, thanks for the gifts, y'all. Really iffy traveling to Spain and Portugal because it's more. I've heard not very great things. Now, they're used to us in France, and of course, they're used to us in England. Our Germany is okay. Italy, it depends on where you go. Definitely want to go to Greece, though. I heard Greece is cool.
We'll stuff you like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah, I heard.
And don't be surprised if a lot of shops are closed in the afternoon. Those are nap times, especially if you're in the villages. Not so much the tourist area, but if you want to be more local and visit the villages, a lot of the times, like during the time of 12 your time to 4, is usually when we're at home relaxing, sleeping, hanging out with family.
So yes, that's cool, man. We don't have that here in the States. In the afternoon to be the busy time. You're either coming from work, going to work, or something else, you know? So, all right. So we got Bushido. Bushido, the prompt says, why should black people be Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew Israelite? Are you at least 21 and are you either of those things?
Yeah.
All right. So you're 21 and are you Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew Israelite?
I'm 23.
Great. Christian, Muslim, Hebrew Israelite?
I am an Old Testament leaning person who believes in older manuscripts than the Bible.
Okay, let's try this approach. Yeah, I'm very confused. Bushido, let's try this approach. Is Jesus your Lord and personal Savior?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so you're a Christian. Great.
I'm not Christian, no.
But Jesus is your Lord and personal Savior.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Then you're a Christian. Okay, so we don't believe that black people. But
Sir,
Bushido.
Jesus Christ is found in the New Testament, brother.
Yeah. So I know.
So you can't follow a character from the New Testament without reading the New Testament. What
are we talking about?
No,
Bushido, hold on. You already said that Jesus is your Lord and personal Savior. That's literally the definition of a Christian, bro.
I mean, if you want to allude to it, then yeah, okay, go.
Okay, great. We don't believe that black people should be Christian. Why should we be?
You said, why should we believe that black people should be Christian?
Yes.
Partly because I think Christianity is an African religion.
It's not.
I think it is. I think it's been solved by the likes of Europeans.
You're wrong.
In what regard am I wrong?
Because Christianity had nothing to do with Africa and started there.
You think Africans wrote about Yahweh in Hebrew?
Yeah. If you actually, firstly, right, if you actually look at the connotations between certain African languages and Hebrew, there are a lot of connections. Like, for example, the Igbo language is like directly relatable to the likes of Hebrew.
Just hold on.
Hold on. You said the Igbo language?
You think?
Yeah, the Igbo language. I'm Igbo.
Bushido, there's a problem there. You know what the problem there is?
Hold up. He's Igbo. He's Igbo. They do this thing where they're trying to find ties to the Levant region and claim to be Israelites. But the Bible tells you who these people are and where their fathers are from. You cannot be the original. If you want to say that some Israelites migrated and race mixed with people from that region, the haplogroups still are not the same, and we still predate them and come before them. So you cannot be a descendant of an Israelite if you're African by no way, shape, form. It's not even genetically possible.
Yeah, and
the Israelites are Indo-European from Chaldean Mesopotamia.
No,
they're Aramaean.
Yes,
they're South Asian, Chaldean, Canaanites. That's not us, brother. It's not us. No, it's not up for debate. No. You cannot be an Israelite genetically, culturally, linguistically, or by blood. You cannot be them. That's not up for debate.
No, so firstly,
no.
Have you looked at
No.
Is this a conversation?
No.
Bushido. Let me just tell him, Bushido.
No.
This is what we're saying. You are just wrong. African people, especially West African people, have nothing to do with Hebrew. The Igbo language has nothing to do with Hebrew. The Igbo language predates Hebrew by 2,000 years. The Igbo language predates the Hebrew language by 2,000 years. We have nothing to do with these people, bro. Nothing. None of their traditions, none of their languages. Stop. None of their traditions, none of their languages, none of their genetics. The haplogroup of the Igbo people predates the Hebrew people by thousands of years. We are not these people, bro. We're not.
All right, cool. Can I land? Am I going to be given an opportunity to land? Or you're just going to speak over me?
No, we're going to give you a chance to speak. What we're saying is that your claim is simply wrong. We're not debating a wrong claim. You're not going to sit here and try to argue that you're Hebrew. You're not.
Okay, so
it's like trying to argue you're a Martian. You are not.
All right, so firstly, what we need to understand is every picture of Christ and the saints and biblical figures were black up until the likes of the 1600s, right? Especially, and I'm talking about every picture.
What?
Yeah, every like image of Christ was black.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
I ain't sure either.
Yes.
No, because if you look up the images of the no stop. Because I just went over this with the other guy that kept y'all be saying this shit and no the fuck it wasn't. There are no black images. The only black images of a Jesus come out of the Ethiopian Bible. The other images of Jesus during, if you look up the images of Jesus during what's known as iconoclasm, it wasn't no fucking black dude.
So it's very sad that black people have fell into the psyop of what these guys. So wait, hold on. Do you think the current day Jews are the actual Jews?
What do you mean the actual Jews? What are you talking about?
Like you think that the current day Jews come from Judah? That's where you get Jews from. You think they come from Jacob?
It depends.
Man, stop. No, stop. This is conversation is about us not. I don't give a fuck what you think about today. We are not the Hebrew Israelites in that book. That's not us. That's not us.
Can you answer my question and be honest?
No, because your question don't fucking matter. I don't give listen, I'm not a fucking Jew. I don't care who a Jew is. I don't give a fuck about no Jews. Fuck them people too. Who gives a are they like they're not in the streets saying we're pro-black, let's liberate black. They don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about them. Fuck a Jew. Fuck a Jew. All of them. Every last one of them. Fuck that shit. I don't care about who's the real Jew. It ain't me, nigga. When cops killing us, which Jews are getting in the fucking street saying, "Oh no, we're against police brutality"? Nobody. They don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about them. Fuck them Palestinians. Fuck them Jews. Fuck Syrians, Arabians. I don't give a fuck about those people, gang. It's free Congo. I'm pro-black. I'm over here in the United States. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't care.
I don't think it's appropriate.
None of those people give a fuck about me. They don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about them, and that's it.
Yeah, so listen.
That's a period. We are not the people of the book. The book tells you, no, shut the fuck up and listen. Because I keep telling you that you niggas this shit. We're not the people in the book. That's not us. We didn't write Genesis, Deuteronomy, Leviticus, Numbers, Song of Solomon. We didn't write none in that book. When they was putting it together and determining what book was going to go in it, it wasn't us. When they Babylonian captivity and exile, it wasn't us. The Jews that's in the Romans, that wasn't us. The New Testament is written in fucking Greek. Why the fuck would Africans write a story in Greek about a nigga from Judea, Jerusalem? What? Ain't no niggas from Africa named Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. Or Paul. No, it ain't no debating, ain't no sugarcoat. No, Israelites are these Indo-European, West Asian motherfuckers. Don't look like you, don't sound like you, don't come from where you've come from. They are a different haplogroup, a different culture, a different migration pattern, a different race, a different genealogy, a different everything. It's not us. Period.
You've allowed the white supremacy and the change of
nigga. Bushido, hold on. Give me a second. Bushido, this is the discussion that's gonna happen now, okay? Because these are not our people. They're not us. Not linguistically, not historically, they're not us. You're just wrong. The question then becomes, why should we be deifying another person's culture? Because this has nothing to do with Africa, nothing to do with Igbos, nothing to do with us at all. Why should we deifying a foreign culture? Why should we be doing that?
So the first thing we need to go and obviously establish is YT people are mutations and black people rule the world, right?
That's fine, bro. Like, we don't care about that shit, man. Why should we be deifying a foreign person's culture? The Israelites got nothing to do with us. Christianity is not African. It's not.
It is an African.
No, it's not.
Hold on. Do you know you're a Muslim?
The Moors have nothing to do with Christianity. Nothing.
The Moors are the ones who actually educated the likes of the.
That has nothing to do with Africa. The Moors were Muslim. What are we talking about here?
The Moors weren't predominantly.
So Bushido. The Moors are Muslim. That's number one. Number fucking two.
That's false.
This has nothing to do with us. Christianity has nothing to do with black people. Nothing. It didn't come from Africa.
False. There's a historian by the name of Thomas William Shaw, and he has a book by the name. He's a white historian, and the book is called Our Darker Forefathers. Right. So he talks about how in Europe there are basically the white people come from the likes of black people. So my thing is this, right?
Bushido, stop. Listen to me, okay? We all know. Hold on, Bushido, stop. Listen to me. Listen to me. We all know that black people were the first people on this planet. We all know that. We all know that the first people who reached Europe were black-looking people, and then they mutated into white people. We know that as well. That's not an insult. That's just how it happens. That's evolution. We know how that happened, okay? But that doesn't mean shit. It means jack shit. Because we're not Greek, we're not Aramaic, we're not Hebrew. The motherfuckers that were over there worshiping Jesus was not us. Hebrew is not an African language. It has nothing to do with Igbo language. Igbo predates the Hebrew language by 2,000 years. So it's not a Hebrew is not an African language. It's not. You can't claim it's an African language when the one of the oldest African languages, which is Igbo, predates it by 2,000 years. It's not an African language, bro. She got nothing to do with us. So the question is, why should we be deifying a foreign culture? Why should we do that?
You said, I can see you feel like you're Haitian, right?
Answer my question or drop, bro. Why should we? No. Me being Haitian has nothing to do with that. Why should we be deifying a foreign culture? Why?
Because our spirituality is demonic. That's why. It's extremely demonic.
What, the African spirituality?
Bro.
Fucking yikes.
Anything that is not of the Most High is demonic, bro. I'm telling you that right now.
All right. Well, your most high is a coon. How about that? All right. Let's go ahead and move on to Koshi. Koshi, you said that you're a Hebrew Israelite and that somehow the Hebrews were African. What evidence do you have of this being the case?
It's Kushai, and that's the word. That's the case. Look at the word Kushai.
You didn't say anything, bro.
Are you serious? The word Kushai means two black Israelites.
So
how did they become two black Israelites?
What does that mean?
It means that the Israelites are black. Are you serious?
Go in chronological. Not black. Go on. Let's go in chronological order. Where
chronological order?
Yeah, because the Hebrew Israelite, this Bible begins with who? It begins with God, right?
Yeah.
Where the God that they worship has a fucking name. His name is Yahweh, Yod-Heh Vahweh, the Tetragrammaton, the name of all names, all that bullshit. You can trace this God back to a region on a fucking map where it comes from. It comes from the southern Levant.
Yeah, you know he went to
nowhere. Shut the fuck up and listen. Nowhere on the continent of Africa is this deity worshipped during that time frame.
Are you
the earliest inscription of Yahweh is the Solok Temple inscription from the 1400s BCE. There is no contemporary inscription, mention, or writing of this deity on the continent of Africa that would predate or rival that one. There's nothing. And so if nowhere on the continent of Africa the deity Yahweh is worshipped prior to being introduced to this culture and this religion, how the fuck are we the original when we don't even know nothing about the fucking God?
Are you aware that Israel is on the tectonic plate of Africa or no?
Irrelevant.
No, it's not, because it's Africa.
Yes, it is. No, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
It's Africa.
That's irrelevant.
Slow down. What did I just tell you?
You said Africa like 4 times.
What did I just? What, no, repeat back to me what I just said, or I'm gonna fucking drop you.
Hey, Kushi, do me a favor. Kushi.
No.
Oh, wait. Let me ask him a question.
No, because he want to switch the fucking.
I know he wants to switch
the topic to something else.
I know, but I'm gonna show him why what he's saying is stupid. Hey, Kushi, is India? Hold on, Kushi. Listen, Kushi, is India in Asia? Yes or no?
Is it on the tectonic plate?
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to the question. Is India part of Asia? Yes or no?
It's a part of Asia.
India is a part of Asia, right?
Right.
It's not on the tectonic plate of Asia. It is on its own tectonic plate. Hold on, Kushi. India is on its own tectonic plate. It's on its own plate. That's why we have the Himalayas mountains. It's on its own plate. So obviously, shut up. Obviously, being on tectonic plate does not mean you're part of the continent, because India is part of Asia, but it's not on the tectonic plate of Asia. That's why we have the Himalayas mountains.
No, it just counted.
So shut up.
This is
so shut up. Shut the fuck up. No, the Levant is not part of Africa. The Levant, it's its own thing. Okay, but the question then becomes, why should we be worshiping a foreign culture? Because we're descendants from Western Africa. Western Africa has nothing to do. Western Africa has nothing to do with the Levant. No.
That's Eastern Africa, bro.
Oh, I said Western Africa has nothing to do with the Levant. Why you bring up Eastern Africa?
Do you not think that people traveled or no?
Western Africa has nothing to do with the Levant. Nothing.
Do you think a slave trade went through Eastern Africa through West
That's not my point, bro. We know people travel.
Yeah,
we know. Hold on, Kushi.
There's also slave trade.
Kushi, are Mexicans Americans?
If you want to count Central America as America, yeah.
That's not my question.
It's called Central America, so yeah, they're Americans.
So Honduras. So you're saying someone from Honduras has a passport from Honduras? They could come to America and say they're American.
They're South American. It's in the name, bro.
Kushi, are you drunk right now, bro? Are you high?
Are you high?
Did you take an edible?
America? You said America.
I said American. The people that I said American. American is a nationality, not a continent.
That's people of the United States of America. People of
the United States of America are American. Hold on, listen, shut up. People from the United States of America. People from the United States of America are American. Are people from Honduras American or Honduran?
They're not United States citizens.
Kushi, answer the fucking question.
They're South
American. Are people from shut up? Are people from Honduras? Are people from Honduras American or Honduran?
They're South American.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay in your head.
Okay, goodbye, bro.
Yeah,
goodbye,
manifest.
You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. Goodbye. I'm done. I should let Bar drop you. I should let Bar drop you, because this is my God. I've never ran into something so immediately frustrating in my life. I've never this is insane, bro. Absolutely insane. It's on the tectonic plate, therefore it's part of Africa. Fucking stupid. Jesus Christ, bro. Oh my God. Thanks for the goat, y'all. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. This man doesn't even know what tectonic plates are supposed to be about. Holy shit.
Bible tells you who these people are. You can't be them.
Oh, by the way, he was wrong, by the way. The Levant is not on the African plate. It's on the Arabian plate. So he was wrong there too. So the Levant is on the Arabian plate, not the African plate. I had to look it up to make sure, but it's not on the on the African plate. The Levant is on the Arabian plate. So according to what you said, Kushi, the Levant is Arab, not African. Holy fuck. Holy shit, bro. My goodness. Is this how it's been all day, y'all? It's been like this all day?
Pretty much.
Been like this for the whole week.
Oh my goodness. Been like this for the whole week. My God.
What the fuck does a tectonic plate have to do with why we should be Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew?
Not a fucking thing.
Not a fucking thing. Not a thing, bro.
Niggas want to be Mesopotamian so bad. Like, the fuck? Shit is pitiful, bro.
Pitiful, bro. Like, dog, why do y'all want to be this shit so bad, bro?
He also said that the slave trade went through East Africa to West Africa, and that couldn't be further from the truth.
Whatever they got to do to rationalize them being fucking Hebrew Israelites. Shit is embarrassing.
Oh my goodness.
It's like everybody want to read the fucking Bible till the Bible tells you who these motherfuckers are. Now nobody want to read it. They want to read about the ships and the fucking curses, but don't want to read about who the fuck it would have been applied to. That don't make sense to me. Y'all niggas, niggas be dishonest. Dishonest.
Just completely dishonest, bro.
Shit is sad.
It's like why do y'all want to be something else? We have our own history, y'all. We have our own history.
Without the God or gods, you don't have the people. Because who the fuck are we talking about? And we can't tie them to their religion or their mythology. And we all know that the Israelites were polytheistic. Okay, well, what are the gods named the Israelites would have been worshiping when it was polytheist? What are their names? And are any of them African deities? No, they're not. So when the Israelites was polytheistic, they were not worshiping no African gods. They're not African. Well, okay. What about when they switched to monotheism? What is their God's name? The God's name is Yahweh. Okay, where is the God Yahweh from on the continent of Africa? It's nowhere. What language is the God worshipped in? Not an African language. Not an African people. So if we weren't them when they were polytheistic, and we weren't them when they were monotheistic, and their culture and their deities come from somewhere that is not Africa, how the fuck are we them? Where on the continent of Africa are the deities that they worship first or prior? Where are those? Where is that located? And where is the God that they worship now? Where is it from on the continent of Africa? Where is it from? This is why we have to use anthropology. Show me where the God is from. Show me where the deities are from, and let's work with that. Let's move forward from where these gods are from. Well, if your God ain't from Africa and your language ain't from Africa, how the fuck are you an African? How? Ain't shit African about the religion. Mind you, why the fuck would Africans write about themselves as foreigners coming into Africa?
That's the other thing.
Not a single character with an
These
African
people
name.
are talking about they're talking about Egypt as if it is the enemy. Egypt is in Africa.
I keep telling people the Old Testament is anti-Egyptian propaganda, but no one wants to hear it. Like, come the fuck on. It's right there in their faces and they don't see it.
All mentions of Egypt are them being the outsider, them being the traveler, them being the foreigner, them being the adversary, but they from Africa. And they're telling you that they traveled into Africa from somewhere else. Boy. But let's not read that part. Let's not read that part. Let's skip to Deuteronomy 28 about a fucking ship. God forbid anybody else but black folks be on a ship.
Oh my goodness.
One fucking ship. Now we Israelites. None of the other shit they did apply to us. You think an African man walking around talking about his name is Moses? Ibrahim. You niggas are
hilarious, bro. And Moses didn't even exist.
How you cooned out for Canaan? How you cooned out for Canaan? You ain't even cooned out for you niggas cooned out for Canaan.
Canaan.
Cooned out for Canaan and Christ. It don't make no damn sense.
Ooh, someone mentioned going on a cruise and
stupid. You're fucking stupid. No, you niggas are fucking stupid and you can't read. And if you're fucking stupid and you can't read, why are you up here trying to talk to people that can fucking read?
And you know what I was gonna say? That's the issue with our literacy crisis in America. A lot of people can actually recite the words, but they don't know what the fuck they're reading. They can't comprehend shit. Like, did we stop doing main idea in elementary school? Remember, was it elementary school? The teacher would tell you what's the main idea of this paragraph. Did they all stop doing that, like collectively? Because people are actually reciting the words and having no idea what the hell they're reading. They don't know what the shit means. No clue. No shit what it means. Just like how you said, Bar, they will skip all that and get to Deuteronomy with the fucking ships. But they skipped everything else. And when you bring that up, you'd be like, hey, yo, you didn't talk about everything else here. Because there's context to them getting to the ship first. They don't understand what the hell it is. They don't get it. They can recite the words for sure. They can recite what the words are. But if you ask them what exactly does it mean, they have no fucking clue. No clue.
Wait till they find out that Genesis wasn't the first book in the Bible.
Shit, and then don't tell them that Daniel was written after Isaiah. Oh my goodness. They still think Isaiah 7 is a prophecy of Jesus' birth and not Isaiah talking to King Ahaz. It's hilarious. Oh boy. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, Exodus is older than Genesis as well. Exodus is older than Genesis. It's crazy. All right. So if y'all would like to join in, I did link it over on the YouTubes. If y'all want to join in, I'm only going to be here for maybe another hour. But if you'd like to join in and talk to us, it's the link is in the YouTubes. We're on TikTok today. I don't have the phone number up right now. I'll have that on probably at a later time. I don't have that on right now, but if y'all like to talk to us, you can go ahead and click on that link and join us over on the TikTok. Join us on the stage, and you'll be able to have a conversation with myself and Bar and the panel. Let's see who else wants to come in. Anybody else in the guest box panel? Tyrone in my YouTube, no, Jesus was not black. Jesus was a Palestinian. He was a Middle Eastern guy. And of course, over on the B.A.A.S.H channel, we have people just posting verses. I don't get why they do that. Like, do they think I'm gonna be convinced by these verses they dropping in the comments?
Unfortunately, I think that's 100% what they think is going to happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at a verse and be like, oh my God, that convicted and moved my heart. Oh damn.
Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Please.
Drop in James and Timothy and Matthew is not gonna do anything for me, guys.
Yeah, just ask them. Give me one reason why I should even read those verses.
Be easy. Are you ready to come up yet?
Angie, they said I'm lying. I told Nicole not too much. And then y'all told Nicole, imagine flirting right in front of me. And I told them both, imagine y'all both getting blocked for flirting right in front of me. And then Nicole said, polytheism is a thing. And I said, we got enough people already. And y'all said, why lie? Am I lying? we got enough people already. Y'all ain't even applied or nothing. Y'all just coming in hot.
Yeah, guys, not too much.
Listen, I fight. I do. Back off.
There's so many jokes in so little time. Swervio, if we keep having to tell your little dumbass the same thing over and over again, I'm going to block you.
I was talking about him a couple days ago. Like, not you coming in my live like 3 times, acting like you was understanding, and I'm moving you in a good direction. And then now you follow us around and you be tagging everybody like y'all friends, and then you proceed to sit in the comments and say the wrong information about the Bible and Jesus Christ every time. Find you some Christians to hang out with. Why do y'all do that?
Bring Swervio up. Go ahead and bring him up. Go ahead, Swervio. Come up here. I don't think I've ever spoken to him before.
You don't know what you're asking for, Volcy.
Maybe I'm a masochist.
Come on up here. Yeah, because he didn't like crash out or nothing. The conversations wasn't terrible, but he came up on my topic about voting with your religion.
Mm-hmm.
And was talking about he didn't vote, and we had a long talk about that. And then he came back again after that, and we were talking about religion. And we got off into abortion, and he said he doesn't vote one way or another. And so I had to explain to him, blah, 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 blah. But he just don't listen. And he follow us everywhere every day just to not listen. And he don't come up no more because I think he got mad because I kept blocking his ass because no vote, no voice. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I invited him. He didn't come up, so
Me
I
too.
guess
He ain't gonna come up here. He be hiding.
He be hiding. He's probably gonna come up later whenever you go live, Ariel.
He won't come up over here neither. He be talking about I'm playing the game. Okay. There you go. Go ahead, Swervio.
Swervio, what was your question?
I was actually just asking, take notes. Like, isn't that because he said Exodus is older than Genesis, so I was just asking him, don't people believe that that was written by Moses? That's all I asked.
Yeah, but Moses didn't exist.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not really trying to debate on it. I'm just chilling.
Oh, okay, cool. That was your only question.
Yeah, that was it.
No,
I actually do food. I actually do food with take notes. Like I do be texting him like.
No, go ahead and tell Volcy why we should be Christian.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. Like I just said, I'm not trying to do all that. That's not my job to do.
Let me know. Let me know why you think that we should be Christian. Go ahead. I
can't assign a faith to somebody. That's a personal decision that they make. I can't do that.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking if you think that. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna rephrase it for him because he struggles. So, what is a good reason for anyone to be a Christian?
Again, I'm not here to debate. That is not something that I can.
Okay, so let's try this. Are you a Christian?
Yes.
All right. Now, are you a Christian because like you think that you'll go to heaven or that Christianity is the truth? Is it those things?
I grew up believing in that, but as I got older in life, it just more so became like a relationship thing.
Great.
Like,
all right, cool.
What I believe.
All right, great, cool. So what's gonna happen to the people who are not Christian in your view? What will happen to us?
Well, like you mean like if they pass away?
If we die not believing, what happens?
Well, if you die not believing, unbeliever, then it does say in our book that you will be eternally separated from God.
Cool. Okay, cool. We'll be eternally separated from God. And that's a bad thing, correct?
Yeah, according to our book, yes.
That's a bad thing. All right. So it's pretty important that we come to the same conclusion that you did of accepting Jesus as our Lord and personal Savior so we don't be separated from God forever. Would you say that's pretty important for us to do?
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, that's
great.
That's a choice.
So if it's important for us to do, yeah, it is our choice. I'm not asking if it's our choice or not. I'm just asking, in your view, is it if it's important for us to do? So if it's important for us to do, I think, and it's bad to be separated from God forever. The next question would be, in your view, do you want people to be separated from God, or do you want everybody to be with God?
That is a good question. Obviously, I don't want anyone to be separated from God, but at the same time, I don't want, people to go off something because they don't have the choice.
Sorry, I just need you to answer the question. Don't embellish it.
Yes, I would like.
You do like to see everybody with God. Okay, cool. So if you would like to see everybody with God, then that means that you will that means that everybody should be following what you follow.
I mean, I guess you could say that.
Great, cool. So since everybody should be following what you follow, and you're obviously convinced that this is the truth, what convinced you, and why do you think that should convince me?
Again, with me, it was more so everything like on a personal level. I know y'all don't do the whole personal testimony thing, so I can't really.
Okay, great. A personal testimony. So then this becomes a question. Do other religions also have a personal testimony?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're not gonna convert to those other religions. So if their personal testimony isn't good enough for you to believe them, why should your personal testimony be good enough for me to believe you?
I mean, I wouldn't say like I don't believe them, because we do know these things can happen. But, for me, that's a real hard question. I'm just going to be honest. I don't even really know how to answer that question. I'd rather be honest about it than, try to lie or make up something.
All right, great. All right, cool. So their personal testimony could also be true. Wouldn't that call into question your entire religion as well? Because you said your religion is the truth. Do you think that Hinduism is also the truth?
I don't know a lot about Hinduism.
I know. Honestly, you don't know a lot about Hinduism, but you understand that Hinduism exists, Jainism exists, Buddhism exists, Sikhism exists, Shintoism, Zoroastrianism, Voodoo. All these other religions exist, right? And all of them can give personal testimony. Now, for you, you think yours is the truth because of your personal testimony, but all of these also have personal testimony. Do you can you see where the conflict can arise here, where both of you are saying you're the truth because of your personal testimony?
Absolutely.
All right, great. So if that's the case, how can someone like ourselves on the panel tell the difference by which one of you is telling us the truth or not?
I mean, with me, just personally, I would say like me, I don't go off of that. I'll just try to like build like in a hypothetical situation, because none of us really know until we, pass. It's 100% chance on this side they could be right, and it's 100% chance on that side that I could be wrong. But me,
right. So it's a coin flip. Right. Got you. So it's a coin flip. So you will understand how assuming souls exist, right? Let's just give that to you and assume it. Assuming souls exist, you would understand that we shouldn't be basing our entire eternal afterlife on a coin flip. We probably should be needing more than that, right?
Right. Yeah. True.
All right. Great. So that means that we should go with what the evidence shows us.
Yeah.
All right. Great. So just to wrap up everything that we're saying, testimony isn't really a good way to go about this. You're going for testimony, but you already admitted that it's more of a coin flip because another one can be right. So we should go with more with evidence. What does the evidence show? Does the evidence show that Jesus rose from the dead, that the earth is on the back of a turtle? Does it show that after we die, we go to the ancestral plane with Anansi the spider and Olodumare? Does the evidence show any of this?
Well, as far as like the evidence for Christ, like resurrecting and stuff like that I see, like I usually go off of like everything in the Bible, but if I like make points from the Bible, people y'all would just be like, okay, we're outside the Bible. So
right, because the evidence is because the Bible is the claim. Like, let me give you an example of what I mean by this, right? Let's say I were to tell you that I have $10 billion in the Bahamas. Quit your job, buy a plane ticket, meet me in Nassau. I'm going to give you $50 million. You're never going to have to work in your life again. Are you going to believe that story just because I told you?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're dealing with when it comes to the Bible. Is just saying stuff, right? We need to actually know if it's true or not. And you already admitted personal testimony. Anybody could have that because another holy book also has personal testimony. You know what I mean? So we just can't go off of that. So that's why we say if you just point to the Bible, we're going to tell you that's not evidence. We need more than that. The Bible saying Jesus rose from the dead is not actual evidence Jesus rose from the dead. They're just claiming that he did. How do we show that he did for real?
Nah, I was just going to use like the Pharisees in the Bible, the fact that they paid people to say that the disciples took the body. That indicates that the tomb was indeed empty, but they're trying to make an excuse on why it was empty.
You said the Pharisees paid to move the body of Jesus?
So they paid people to say that the disciples took the body of Jesus.
Well, how do we know that?
Because it's in the Bible. It's
where? Which book is that?
Lie. You know what? No. You right. Let's just throw that in the trash because I'm not gonna lie. Like I can't really make that point, and I see exactly what you're getting at. So I'm not even gonna go down that lane.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you like where did you find that? Because I've never heard of that one. But okay. Now when we talk about the evidence for Christ's resurrection, right? People usually point to the empty tomb, but again, the issue that I have with empty tomb is number one, it's a story, but number two, even if we were to accept the tomb was empty, that doesn't tell us that he resurrected. Like what you said before, people could have actually moved the body, or it could have been aliens. How do we know that the resurrection is the answer and not multiple other answers, or that he was even buried in the tomb? Because around that time, the Romans typically didn't bury them in the tomb. They let them rot in the field, basically, in mass graves. How do we know that Jesus was put in a tomb and not in a mass grave?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, that's a good question. I'm gonna just be honest. I ain't gonna lie, I don't really know.
Don't really know. Okay, great. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I respect that answer.
Yeah,
when someone doesn't know, I respect it.
I would rather just be honest rather than just like, because a lot of people, they come up here and don't know, and they just try to make up stuff that will say like, they'll just try to make up stuff that sounds like it's true, and then y'all debunk them, then they just be like, they just be shook. Or me, I'm just gonna be honest if I know something or if I don't.
Okay, great. So you don't know. That's fine. That's all good and well. But now what's happening now though is that you're basing all this on your personal testimony or whatever that you experience, and that's all good and well. But you will understand that means that you really don't really have any hard evidence to show that this is the truth.
Well, even then, hold on, Swervio, hold on. The only reason why you're basing, or the only reason why you're, it's like we're putting the cart before the horse. The personal experiences have been happening and are going to keep happening. It's not about the personal experience. It's about what you attribute it to. If you were having these same personal experiences and you believed in another deity, you'd be rationalizing it under another mythos or mythology or construct. But because you're a Christian, your personal experience is going to be given, the credit is going to be given to Jesus, not the other way around. You're not giving your personal experience to Jesus because there's truth to it. You're giving your personal experience to this God because that is the God of the area that has colonized these people over here and your people over there. That's why you're talking. That's why we even having this conversation about Jesus. It's not the other way around. So your personal experience may have happened. You may have had things happen in your life you can't explain, but that means there's a gap of information or knowledge there, and y'all are filling it in with the God of the times or the religion that's close to you or the religion you know of. If you didn't know about Jesus Christ and you went through a NDE or an experience, you wouldn't be able to give Jesus Christ credit for it. Why? Because nobody from where you're from have even heard of this. Look at what they did to the Panare Indians, where they told them their ancestors killed Jesus. And after so long, they started believing in the shit. Now all their personal experience, they attributed to a God that was introduced to them by the colonizer, because the personal experiences are going to keep happening, but they now have a new religion in their fucking head that they're giving the credit to. You're not Christian because of your personal experience. You're Christian because Christianity was forced on posterity. And you just so happen to be growing up in a culture engulfed in the Judeo-Christian worldview. That's why you Christian.
Yeah, I was gonna basically say the same, Swervio. Before we got into that, your personal experience, all that's good and well, but it always depends on what are you attributing it to. You know, this is within your cultural experience, within what you grew up with. Because people who are part of other religions, guess what their personal experience does? It goes to those religions. So you see the issue here?
Yeah.
Jesus and God are both made up, brother. Like, we ain't even gonna pull no punches with you. Jesus is made up. God is made up. All that shit is fiction. Everything. Can't have a son of God if the God ain't real. The whole story of Jesus is God sending his son to atone or to die on the cross for our sins. But that goes back to the Adam and Eve story with the fall of man. That's fiction. Nobody from Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, or Deuteronomy or none of those books existed. So if those characters didn't exist, those stories are not true. You can't have a son of God come and die for your sins based on a book of fiction and mythology. See, when we say, oh, there's no Adam and Eve, y'all just be, everybody just let it go over their head. No. If there is no Adam and Eve, then there is no Abraham, then there is no Solomon, no Moses, no Jacob, no Isaac, no Ishmael, no Hagar, no Sarai, Jedekiah, Zedekiah. If it wasn't no Adam and Eve, the chronology's thrown off. If it wasn't no Adam and Eve, there was no fall of man. If the story in Genesis 1 is pulled from Babylonian creation stories, you can't be no Christian because it's false. And on top of it being false, it was forced on your people. What we doing? No. Barbecue a fucking meal, dude. What we doing right now? Make a decision or get down.
Nah, I definitely do hear you on that. And you gotta.
You just found out that Adam and Eve didn't exist and the fall of man is made up. So Jesus Christ could not have. He can't die for your sins, though. He could not have died for your sins if the world did not fall. There is no fall of man. That's fiction.
I do believe Christ did exist, sir.
Right. So Swerver, what we're trying to point out is that even if we say Christ existed, right?
No,
there was no fall of man.
No, ain't no Christ. Ain't no Jesus. Ain't no Jesus.
I believe he did exist.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no evidence. If the one person who they say was around Paul around the time of Jesus isn't writing about a real Jesus, he didn't write about his mama, his daddy, his miracles, his teaching.
Wasn't no Paul either.
Well, we don't know.
How about that? Wasn't no Paul either. Let's get straight to it. Wasn't no Jesus or no Paul. Now what? Everybody fucked up. Everybody fucked up right now because it wasn't no Jesus or no Paul. Based on what? Based on what?
Hold on, guys. Let me just point out something.
No.
Yeah, no, I got you. Let me just point out something. Right? I'm just gonna humor him with this.
Hey,
I got you.
Tomorrow's live is Jesus didn't exist, Paul didn't exist, Moses didn't exist, Muhammad didn't exist, Yahweh's not. We just gonna do that then.
Yeah, we can do that. But so just listen to what I'm saying to you just a second, okay? We understand that you believe Jesus existed. That's all good and well,
bro. What we doing?
I mean, so that's all good and well. You believe Jesus existed. However, Adam and Eve did not exist. Definitely. That story is a myth. There was no first fall. So if there was no first fall, and let's say in this hypothetical, we say that Jesus was some motherfucker walking around Palestine, what did he die for if there was no sins?
I mean, you still have the fact that, well, no, you said what did he die for? I was just going to say you still do have the fact that they did falsely accuse him of,
yeah, all that good and well, right? We can say that Eve, we can throw out all the magic stuff that happened in Jesus' story because that shit is not real. So all the magic stuff didn't happen. So the nigga was walking around saying that, yo, I'm God, follow me. And then they took him out for blasphemy. That's it, bro.
Yeah, that's what.
But the issue I'm having here is that you need to understand something. There was no first fall, so just dying for our sins would be impossible. And on top of that, there's very, very weak evidence that Jesus even existed.
What about like Josephus?
Bro,
What about him?
Just come back.
He don't listen. He heard this already. That's what I was telling you.
I know he don't heard it because I know he know who B.A.S.H is. I know you don't heard it before.
Please don't use Josephus.
Hold on,
Please.
Scripture Ripper. Hold on, bro. You have
Sorry. Tomorrow. That's all right. I got something. I got something for you niggas. Watch this. Tomorrow is gonna be nobody exists. What? It's all right. We're gonna go down the fucking list. Everybody name gonna be on the fucking list is gonna say did not exist. And I'm just gonna pull it up.
Yes, because Jesus existing all rest on Paul meeting James, the brother of Jesus, and then Paul existing is all based on basically his letters. But we know that half of them were fraudulent. So now that makes the other half. How do we know those are legitimate? You know what I'm saying? So this is all the issue that we're having here, Swero.
Man, look.
Very weak evidence that Jesus existed. Paul's existence is now being up for question because half of the letters that are attributed to him were false. So it's like, what do we get to? You know what I mean? Now there are there other artifacts that say that Paul was a real guy?
No.
We'll have to find those now.
There is none.
What about
they don't got
there might not be anything.
If I could just
Josephus don't mention Paul. Just how does Josephus mention Justice of Tiberius but not Paul?
No, I was going to say
how does Justice of Tiberius don't mention no Paul? Nobody mentions this guy nowhere. All we have is the letter. The scholars are saying, well, because the letters mention a thing that could have happened in the first century, therefore the Bible cannot prove the Bible. If they saying as if this stuff about Paul and Jesus is true, why ain't nobody talking about Paul and Jesus? How the fuck does Josephus mention Jesus and not Paul? When Paul is a contemporary, well, Josephus didn't mention no Jesus, but it don't fucking make sense for Josephus to mention Jesus and not Paul when Paul is his motherfucking contemporary. That don't make sense. But y'all are saying Josephus mentions Jesus.
He did.
The Christ.
He did.
No, it's a forgery, sir.
I believe
It's a forgery.
I believe that passage where he's saying that Jesus is a wise teacher and all that. Yeah, I believe that there's possible. I believe that that's forgery. But not where he's talking about the brother James.
It's forgery.
Go and read. No.
It's forgery. Christian interpolation.
No. Do you have $10, Sorvio? You have $10.
Yeah.
There's a book you need to go and read, and when you go and read it, go and read the 3rd chapter. It's called Nailed by David Fitzgerald. He wrote a whole fucking chapter on James, the brother of Jesus, and both of the Josephine references. He wrote a whole chapter on it, and he's taking you through where you can go and fact check and reference what that reference would have been talking about and why it cannot be your Jesus of the Christ.
Fact. I just got through reading Nailed.
The James reference is about the son of Damnius.
Also BAR.
No.
I was just going to ask you, what was that other book that you recommended about Jesus being a myth?
About Islam?
It was the one on like Kindle. You said, I think.
Jesus being a myth on Kindle.
You was giving it
Christ before Jesus.
I think it was that you was giving it to Be Easy.
If I was giving him a book, because I can't. He done read all the shit. So let me go and look.
What difference does it make, Swervio? You're not gonna read it.
Exactly.
Says who?
Because this is different. When
we gave you resources before, and you keep coming back saying the same stupid shit every day.
Because the scholars were saying Paul is real. If you say, okay, what is this scholar using to say Paul was real? They're reading the fucking letters.
About the scholars.
I'm talking about the scholars because the scholars are basing off this early Christian movement. They're basing off Paul's letters. What is the evidence for Paul? Well, they're reading the letters and saying, well, this letter says this, therefore it must have been that's using the Bible to prove the Bible. That's called textual criticism. No, give me something outside of the Bible that mentions Paul of his time, because the only other thing that they have is called First Clement. Is a letter, and come to find out, the letter is anonymous. Does not say who it's written by, and can't really fucking date it to that time period. They just say shit. These new Western man, look, I'm gonna have to write a whole fucking paper on Western academia is based off the Bible. Oxford, Chapel Hill. The schools and colleges first built in Europe, these schools and these colleges where these niggas was getting this education, these people are Christian. This Christendom we talking about. The first book printed in Europe is the fucking Bible. Their schools is based off biblical studies, nigga. Europe is basing history off the Bible with a period at the end. They trying to line up everybody's historical record with fucking biblical smiblical, nigga. You ain't going off what they saying. Fuck them. I'm not trying to hear nothing from no nigga using the Bible to prove the Bible. No. Give me a reference, an inscription, or something mentioning Paul or Jesus. Ain't none. I'm not use the Bible to date the Bible and prove it. What the fuck? If me and you write a book about 9/11 and we say what happened during 9/11, does that mean we was writing during 9/11? No. So we can't just say because the book got a thing that happened at this time in it, nigga. Rome, the Romans, the Egyptians, and those people were great record keepers. If it was a nigga going around spreading the ministry of Jesus, they would have mentioned that nigga, and they didn't. If it was a nigga going around feeding thousands of people with loaves of bread, like have y'all not read what he did in the Gospels? This wasn't just a nigga jaywalking in Jerusalem. This nigga's doing shit that the crowds, droves of niggas coming to see. And ain't nobody mention this nigga. Y'all niggas cook. No, and fucking no. No. Now all of a sudden, well, Jesus was born in a backwater town and nobody would have known him. But you got whole fucking gospels about this nigga? No. Paul didn't meet a fucking Jesus. Paul had a vision of a nigga in the sky. All these visions and shit. What the fuck are we talking? Man, I'm finna get down.
But the thing is, Swervio, you know most of this because you're in these lives every time they air. And you're telling me all this time you haven't searched anything that you've learned?
I like that. Ain't had my brat today. So my nerves is fucking bad. I need to get down.
No, like I be listening and searching it up, but I didn't really come like with the intent to like debate or none of that.
I know, but you're black. I don't give a fuck. Even though there was no Paul or Jesus, I don't give a fuck because you black, nigga. You can't be a Christian off GP. Off general principle, you can't be no Christian. Because ain't no Paul or no Jesus or none of that saved you when they pulled up during them crusades in the slave trade. Ain't none saving us. Y'all be talking about or y'all listen, y'all are practicing Western Christianity. You're not even practicing the other version. Y'all ain't practicing the other shit. Y'all not. Now look, because those books that the Ethiopians never look out and shit like that, that shit got dumb shit in it. Stupid shit you wouldn't even believe. All type of crazy shit in them books that y'all don't even like. Y'all niggas do not have Ethiopian Bibles. In Ethiopia, like it's just not it. Y'all are not practicing the Alexandrian Christianity, the Ethiopian Christianity, the Syrian. That's not what y'all are practicing. Y'all are up here practicing Byzantine, Roman, Diophysitic, Chalcedonian, Western Christianity. That's what you niggas practicing. And trying to make it seem like y'all doing some rare, some different shit. Man, y'all in line. Christianity is for slaves. Period. Nigga, ain't no middle ground. You either the motherfucking slave or you a missionary or evangelizer being, you know what I'm saying, moving and grooving for the imperial power. There's no middle ground. You the nigga that's getting it forced on you or you the nigga gonna force it. And I ain't pausing shit. I meant what I said. It's either getting forced on you or you doing the forcing, and you ain't forced shit. You ain't took no mission trip. White man take mission trip. Black man is the mission. Huh? Let me talk to you. I said the white man take mission trips and the black man is the mission. And when they get done, mission accomplished. Nigga, you ever seen the green check mark? You ever seen when you pass a mission on GTA? The little music, yeah, nigga. When they come back from their mission trips, music play. Job done. What Kobe say? Job finished, nigga. Fuck, nigga. Like what Volcy said, it took them 500, 400 years to get to the real colonization. And guess what they did when they got to it? They had their Berlin Conference. We gonna figure out how can we scrap. We gotta let's mix and match and split these African up amongst ourselves. And when they got through what they mean, guess what the first thing they did to us? Send the missionaries at them niggas. And here come y'all. I chose Christianity. Ain't nobody forced Christianity on me. Slave. That's something a slave would say.
Like, think about this.
Hold on, y'all. Let me help this out. Why was I? Because I said no, you weird ass bitch, and I told you to find the fucking exit. What's wrong? Requesting over and over again is not gonna help you. Now you're blocked, you weird ass bitch. Why am I being weird?
Wait, what just happened?
She mad because she weird and she got muted. Now she keep requesting. I said no, bitch. Bye.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was. All right, so Swervey, I want you to think about this, right? Before colonization, if you look at the religious map of Africa before colonization, through 1300 all the way up into like the late 1700s, we saw that the main religion of all these places were African traditional religions. And then right after the Berlin Conference, all of a sudden, it's more Christianity. It's Christianity, all the way until it's majority Christian right now. Why do you think that was, Swervo? Where before colonization, it was all our traditional religions, and then after colonization, suddenly it's Christianity. Why would they need to do that?
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even know.
All right, I'm gonna tell you why. They did it because they spread Christianity in order to make poverty and struggle noble. And if they made poverty and struggle noble, it will be easier for European markets to take over. Because when they went into Africa, Africa already had infrastructure. We already had roads, we had bridges, we had all that shit. It was just set up for us, right? You don't need a road to a port from the mines if those mines aren't sending anything out. They're only going to be used amongst each other, right? If those resources are being used amongst each other, we don't need a road to the port. When Europeans came in, they redid the infrastructure in order to benefit them. So when people say that colonization brought infrastructure to Africa, it's bullshit. They only did the infrastructure that was going to be beneficial to European markets, and then they sent in missionaries. If they want to like save us or whatever, wouldn't those missionaries be like enforcing or promoting indigenous languages or indigenous what else, a religion and stuff like that? But they didn't do any of that. They only did that to benefit them, not everybody else. Make sense?
The railroads and the roads the roads and the railroads that they built were built for extraction. The schools that they built was built to teach that same Eurocentric education that they built off the Bible. Those hospitals that they built was built after they turned Africa into an arms race. They gave the niggas the guns, and then they built hospitals in the name of God and made it look like they was saving us from the shit that the Portuguese and the British, they started the shit. A prisoner of war or an indentured servant in African cultures can work his way up. If I give you to the motherfucking European Christian for these guns, perpetual permanent slavery, nigga. Ain't no coming back from that.
Let me just say one last thing because we're gonna move on from Swervo, okay? Harmony, the only reason I didn't bring you up because I thought you were friendly and we already had enough friendlies on the stage. But now that I see that there's going to be a bit of an issue here That's the only reason I'm not bringing you up, because we don't want to derail from the topic. Okay, I'll talk to you after this, I guess. But Harmony, if you're still watching, that's the only reason I didn't bring it up the first time, because I assume you are friendly. So I'm like, okay, we already have enough friendlies. We'll bring her up later for another thing. But now that I see there's a bit of a contentious issue, we'll just talk about it off the stream in order to not derail. All right. I just didn't know there was an issue there. But we'll talk later. You know what I mean? I don't want to put anybody's business out there. You know what I mean? I have no beef with anybody. I'm not gonna condemn anybody or try to, put somebody in check. We're not doing any of that today. We're just going to go ahead and.
I thought they were friendly too, and I told them they could come up and say something if they wanted to. Then they started arguing with people in the comments, and they were calling everybody bird brains and said, y'all don't know anything about being Muslim because y'all are ex-Christians, not Muslim. So I said, don't be rude. You don't know what anybody up here knows. And then they proceed to try to argue with me about it. So find the exit. That's all. You could have came up a long time ago, but you want to argue with people. No, thank you. I said no. Stop crying to Volcy, because even if they bring you up, I'm going to drop you. I said what I said. No, find something else to do. Stop being rude, and you could have came up here and said whatever you wanted to.
Yeah, you come on my live next time, but right now you're not coming up. All right, so Swervo, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We appreciate you. We're gonna talk to Cornelius now. All right, so go ahead and come back next time. And yeah, not a problem. That one was a lot more productive, I guess. All right, so Cornelius, are you at least 21, Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew Israelite?
Israelite.
You're Hebrew Israelite. Great. Why should Black people think that we're these Levantine people that used to speak Hebrew? Because that was never us.
Talking about the Israelites? Well, we just look at the Bible doctrines.
You said that we just look at the Bible.
Look at the doctrines in the Bible. I mean, it's especially in Deuteronomy 28. I mean, it's like, they just say it ain't true. But that does match us, our people.
It does.
It matches plenty of people.
I did actually.
What we have is a case of stolen identity, wanting to steal an identity, and he barely knows the identity that he's trying to steal. There's a verse in the Bible that he's trying to
I know. I
force
want him to make it
African Americans.
analogous. I want him to make it analogous so we can understand. Go ahead.
He won't. He won't.
First pause. Are going to happen, and they always skip all the way down to 68 where it says the Lord will bring you will there he is. There's Bar. I think he's back now. It all the way down 68 says the Lord will bring you back in ships to Egypt by a route that I promise you would never see again, and there you shall Women also protect men, and protection doesn't always look the same. My mom has protected my dad before plenty of times.
Okay, and I can agree to that, right? But and so I guess I'm thinking about it in the more heinous of situations. I'm probably not.
So now it gets to Hanji's question. Hanji, ask that question again.
What are men protecting us from?
There's plenty of dangers. There's a lot of dangers that men create. There is dangers of other people.
No, nothing else. Right there, men. You are protecting us from your fellow man, because
So
you know
are
that
women
you
not also-
Malakias are the problem.
Are women also not a danger to women?
Do you step in and protect women from other women? No.
Yeah, I have a
you
sister.
don't.
I have a mother.
No, you don't. So you fight other women?
Fight? No.
No. Women don't
Tara-
need your help protecting themselves from other women. It's always
if-
y'all.
but hold on, if I
Don't
see
cry
a
about
woman that I
getting cut
know,
off and then start talking before other people are done. Because now you're about to miss the point on purpose. Y'all only think that because y'all are dangerous, and women need protection from who? Other men. So y'all have taken that responsibility on yourselves. We wouldn't need protection from y'all if y'all weren't the ones hurting us.
And Tanra, I just want to point something else out here, okay? Because no one is denying that there are women out there who are dangerous, right? No one's denying that. Of course, you know, like there are women out there who pick up knives and just taking out people, right? No one denies that, right? Here's the issue, though. When we look on a societal level, who are people most victimized about? When it comes to race, most black people are victimized by other black people. Most white people are victimized by other white people, etc. Most men are victimized by other men. However, when it comes to women, who are they mostly victimized by? Men, not by women. Okay, so that's why when they say it's all men, that's why they say that. You see what I mean? So like,
I mean,
when
I didn't disagree with that.
I got you. So when you say that it's our role to protect, but the protector is also the predator, do you see the issue here?
Oh, for sure. But now hold on, because when you have a male child, for example, as a woman, is this male child now a danger to you?
Not necessarily.
Absolutely. I have 3, and when they grow up, they'll be men, and they might be in the same position as the rest of y'all. But thankfully, we're learning how to raise y'all differently so it doesn't turn out that way. But absolutely.
Okay, good, right? So as long as you can
breakers here.
Okay, as long as you can acknowledge that that's also the reality, right? And that you have to use a certain amount of energy to deter that from being the case, right?
That was a bunch of words, and I don't know what any of that meant.
Okay, what he's saying is that right now our male children can grow up to be dangerous and be
Absolutely.
a danger to the women in their lives and to all other women out there. So he's saying that right now.
No.
Hold on,
I was saying,
Tanra, I got you. So right now you're saying that we're raising them differently right now in order for that to not happen. But guess what that means though, Tanra? That means that women are also protectors, or they are protectors because they protecting men from becoming horrible, and they're protecting men from following the dangers of toxic masculinity and this ideology of misogyny. They're protecting the younger men from that. And thankfully, it seems to maybe be working because Generation Alpha and Generation Beta is going to be way different from Gen Z men, because Gen Z men are oh my God. But yeah, they may be way different because they're raising them very, very differently. That's protection in and of itself, right?
So I have a question. So do you think that men wouldn't be able to raise a man to be more gentle towards women?
Of course. But we have to do the work in order to do that. I'm a millennial, right? So I grew up in the era of don't show no emotion, boys don't cry, and it was my mother who taught me that, not even my dad. You see what I'm saying? So I get it. I get where your professor is coming from, but for the most part, right now, women are doing the work to undo all of that, and men need to join in on that, right?
Women are doing the work to undo the man. So hold on. So you say you're a millennial, right? You remember those days in the locker rooms where the guys are having guy talk?
Yep.
Guys.
Right.
And it was horrible. It was horrible.
Okay, right. Because I was going to ask you, what did you think about that? So And well, so what, like, I know there were parts that were bad, right? Because I can acknowledge that too. But then there were parts that weren't. Would you want to do away with all of it?
I mean, of course, there are times where we're talking in the locker room where I love this video game, like, yo, I really like this girl, she's sexy, etc., etc. That's all good and well. But when you get into the the denigration part of it, or the quote unquote locker room talk that you're talking about, I mean, that part we need to get rid of. But talking to your boys about, I want to come up to this girl that I like, that's fine. Girls have that conversation. I mean, but we're talking about denigrating, calling them females, or saying, I want to hit this B.A.A.S.H, or I'm trying to grease, or something like that. That becomes very, very toxic. That becomes misogynistic. And I grew up in that, and it was bad. It was horrible. I want to raise my son to not be part of that.
Right. And so you mentioned that nowadays women are doing the work to reverse.
Timber, sorry to interrupt you. Black people shouldn't be Christian. What say you?
Oh yeah, my bad. We got way off topic. I'm sorry, y'all. I do apologize. We went way off topic.
I was actually about to circle it back because he's getting ready to ask about the women doing the majority of the work, and I'm assuming how it got there in the first place, and religion, because men are using this religion to put themselves in charge, and women wasn't doing nothing about it. They're laying back, being subjugated and treated like shit, no rights, can't raise the kids how they want to or how they feel they should be treated. And now that we're breaking out of that, we're having to do the work to undo all the harm that y'all did under this religion.
On top of controlling our bodies, still.
Yeah, that's why I want to become a therapist, because I want to be part of the work to undo everything. But let's go back to circle back. I do apologize, panel and Breezy. We did go down this path. The two reasons you gave was freedom of mind, right priorities. What was the other reason? I'm sorry. Let's go back to that.
You said, why should Black people be Christian? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for the freedom of mind, and I guess the other one will be salvation, but that's subjective. If you don't believe in it, then it doesn't really work for you.
All right. So your three reasons was freedom of mind, right priorities, and salvation. Freedom of mind, we already went on a 15-minute tangent on that. But right priorities, what do you think the right priorities are? In my opinion, the right priorities should be to decrease human suffering and increase well-being as much as you possibly can. It's about treating everybody with respect, treating everybody with love and care, caring about equality, protecting the downtrodden, especially people who are homeless, LGBTQ, et cetera, things like that. Are those priorities within Christianity? Because what we've seen for Christianity so far is that they're not.
Hey, so hold on. you asked me what I think why I think Christianity would be beneficial to Black people. I gave you my opinionated answer, and you just tried to break down priority. So hold on, were you asking me to define priorities, or were you telling me that that's what priorities are?
No, I gave you my priorities, and I'm asking you what the Christian priorities what would be, because from what I've seen, the priorities that I think are right, I don't see it from Christianity. So okay, so are you saying you don't see it from Christians or Christianity? I don't see it from Christianity or Christians.
Okay. So the priorities that I'm referring to are to live without sin, to live a modest life, to keep God in as basically the basis of your movement, how you think, how you live, how you love, and these are the priorities that a Christian must hold.
Do you think it's okay to sleep with kids?
Of course not.
Of course not, but that's not a sin.
Who said that's not a sin?
Your book doesn't say that's a sin anywhere in there.
It talks about fornication and adultery.
That's not fornication or adultery. It has nothing to do with sleeping with kids.
Well, if you're sleeping with anything, then you're fornicating.
No,
so
you're not, and that still doesn't have anything to do with sleeping with kids. I asked you that for a reason, because you're saying to live without sin, but those laws don't eliminate a lot of the harm that goes on in the world. That doesn't make you a good person.
So if we address that specifically, right? So sin is transgression against the Lord. The Lord basically designed the laws.
It's transgression against the law, and there's no law about
the law was given by the Lord.
It's the law. That's what
Yes,
sin is.
that's correct. But the
So
law
say
was
it
given by the
right.
Lord.
Transgression against
Okay,
the law.
I stand corrected. Transgression against the law. And you saying there was no law against sleeping with children. There was a law against adultery, right? That means
Adultery is cheating in a marriage. You
yes,
malakia.
hold on. Can I please speak?
Can you be correct?
Well, if I can explain myself, right, then you'd know
There's
that
nothing to
I'm following
explain.
the
You're
same line.
putting a different definition on adultery than what it actually means.
I didn't even define the word. I said the word and then you defined it and I was cut off. Then I was muted.
Okay. So adultery is not just cheating within a marriage. Then what is adultery? Then
no. That's what I was saying. The adultery is cheating within a marriage. So for one, if a person is married, right, and they decide to go do whatever with a child, they're committing adultery, right? That's already a sin right there. That's pointing out one. The other side is that when Jesus mentioned that fornication is a sin, right, that includes any level of fornication. That means self-fornication. That means, people who do things with animals. When you with
Tamra, you have a problem. You have a problem,
How
Tamra.
so?
Jesus never said anything about fornication.
Jesus didn't say anything about fornication.
Nope.
That was Paul.
I wish I knew the verse. In one of the Gospels, they asked Jesus about no. In one of the Gospels, right, one of the 4 Gospels, they asked Jesus about
sexual immorality, but he didn't mention fornication.
And what his
Paul
answer
said
to them.
fornication.
This is
Oh, I see the point that you're making. No, I see the point that you're making. Right, Jesus didn't use the word fornication. So I see what you're saying.
Stop.
But what I'm referring to,
Tenra, stop. This is just all obfuscation. The question Ariel asked you was to get at the point that there are things in the law that are not forbidding. So the point is, if you're trying to say that behavior and good doing right and salvation and all this stuff comes from the law, then you're wrong, because there are completely immoral things in the law, and there are things that we know are immoral that are not forbidden by the law. So address that and stop talking around in circles.
Okay, so where does it say in the law that you can fornicate with a child? Where does it say that you have permission to do that?
You're using the word fornicate wrong, but Deuteronomy 21:10 says that if you go to war and God grants you victory in battle and you see a pretty young girl, you can take her after you slaughter all the men, all the women that have known a man, and all the little boys. If you see a pretty young girl, you can take her as plunder, take her to your house, cut her nails down, and cut her hair. Let her mourn for 30 days over the fact that you just murdered her whole family, and then after that, you can go into her.
Okay.
Okay.
And so
Nothing. Say okay.
Let me respond to what you said to me.
Hold on, but you said okay, like that's just okay. No, you asked for where it says that in the law. I just told you where it says that in the law. So don't say okay, like you can just blow past that.
That's not what I was doing. Sorry if that's how it came off. The okay was because I was going to then say, I want you to pull up the very scripture so that you can quote it accurately, right? That's number one. Number two, when you say young girl, right, this doesn't define a specific age. This doesn't say child specifically. So, right, this young girl may be a terminology that could have included all the way up to, who knows, 18, possibly. Who knows?
So, Tamra, I can read it. I can read it.
Doesn't say child outright.
Tamra, I can read it.
The flower is their virginity,
right? Do you know what age that usually happens at, Tenra? Because it ain't.
But it can happen at any age. It can happen at any age. It can happen at any age.
Hold on, guys. Pause. Let's go ahead and read. Pause. Let's read this. Let's just read it. Okay, so we're gonna go to Numbers 31:16. These women here, on Balaam's advice, made the Israelites act treacherously against the Lord in the affair of Peor, so that the plague came among the congregation of the Lord. 17. Now therefore, kill every male among the little ones. I'm gonna read that again. Kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman who has not known a man by sleeping with him. Wait, I'm sorry. Kill every woman who has known a man. Read that one more time. All the young girls, I'm going to read that a third time. All the young girls who have not known a man by sleeping with him, keep alive for yourselves. Verse 18. All young girls who have not known a man by sleeping with him, keep alive for yourselves. So Numbers 31:18 is literally about the Israelite soldiers sleeping with kids, bro.
Can I respond uninterrupted? Give me 20 seconds.
No.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, let me go ahead and put a clock on.
This is why I say Christian men, especially Islamic men, are fucking
Oh
dangerous.
God. Oh God.
I'm gonna go ahead. You know what? You want 20
Oh God,
seconds?
What? He can't hear
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
He's
20
under my
seconds.
foot.
You want 20 seconds? Hold on.
Give me 20 seconds.
Give me 1 second.
I mean, I could just. I'm not even gonna. You don't gotta do that. Listen, that whole context is within war. So this isn't just a law you get to have freely. This is within war.
I was gonna give you the 20 seconds. So in war, you can be a pedophile.
No. And so when he says take them for yourselves, right? You got to understand the purpose here.
No, Tanra, in war, you could be a pedophile.
No, I already said no.
But this just says that you can. You said this was a context of war.
Right, but that doesn't say you can be a pedophile. You're
what are they
trying to
keeping
read that
the
in
young
there.
girls for? What are they keeping them for? What are they keeping them for?
They're going to eventually use them to procreate. But this is not.
They're going to eventually use them to procreate. Do you see how gross this is?
Well,
Wait a
see,
minute.
you know
do
how
you
long
want to hear
the
the
eventually
perspective,
is?
or do you want to just tell me?
So
you know
Tanra,
how long
so
the
Tanra,
eventually is?
See, there you go. I get
30
so
days.
because
It's
I don't
30
get to.
days. It's 30 days.
So eventually, procreate, all these stupid ass words you're trying to use, they're gonna sleep with them kids after 30 fucking days. It says it right there in your Bible.
Procreate is a stupid word.
Procreate is a gentle word for fuck a kid, which is what they're getting ready to do.
No, procreate is like everybody procreates.
Tanra,
If you have children, you've procreated.
Tanra, can you stop for me, please? Tanra, we're describing rape here, bro. You understand that, right?
No, that's not
yes,
what's
it is.
happening here.
No, it is. Tanra. I'm gonna be so charitable to you right now. I'm sorry, y'all. This is gonna be gross, but I'm gonna be charitable to him. Let's say they take these young girls and they wait all the way till they're 18 to sleep with them, right? They wait 10 years. They grab an 8-year-old girl and they wait 10 years to go ahead and sleep with her. She's still a war captive, right?
Right.
Do captives have choices?
If you go
No, Tom. It's a yes or no. Do captives have choices? It's a yes or no.
No, they don't have
They
choices
don't.
while they're
So that means
Wait a
they
second,
have.
wait a
That
second.
means stop.
Let me
No,
finish.
stop. They don't have choices, so they can't consent. Even if we're charitable to you to say that they wait to be adults, this is still rape. Even if we're charitable to you, this is still rape.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. In the biblical law, they're captives for only about 7 years. Right?
the
That's
fuck
if you go.
up. No, bitch.
If you go
Holy
prior
shit.
into the law,
bitch. No,
You're
bitch.
missing the point, Tamra.
Because now you're trying to mix up scriptures. These are not
Why am I
fucking
being-
servants, bitch.
Why-
No, because you're nasty as fuck and you're pissing me the fuck off. No, you're sitting up here defending child rape, you nasty bitch. You're trying to make excuses for it left and fucking right, and you're wrong.
Bro,
Exactly. I
kids,
sat
bro.
there and
I'm
told you.
I'm not with none of that, bro.
Bye, you're lying.
But if y'all want to feel like this,
You're lying.
why engage people to a
You're
conversation
lying.
if this
I don't
is what
want to anymore. You can leave.
respond in emotion?
Bye.
All right, then just drop me then.
No, you can leave. You came up here. You know how to get in
You're
here.
proving the
Bye.
point you don't understand consent. You're a sicko.
Get you.
Tanra.
Yeah, look at you, you fucking pedophile lover.
Tanra, be quiet for a second. Be quiet for a second. Tanra, just be quiet for a second. Just be quiet for a second.
I don't.
Just be quiet for a second, dude. Just be quiet for a second.
I don't.
Stay on mute. Stay on mute. Stay on mute. Stay on mute.
No,
Don't take yourself on mute. Don't take yourself off. Don't take yourself off mute. Don't take yourself off. Don't take yourself off mute. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. Just be quiet for a second. Listen to what we just said to you. You rejected. Hold on. Oh, yeah. You can kiss our ass too. Yeah, you can kiss our ass too. Yeah, sure.
That's what they told them kids.
Yeah, he's crashing out.
That's what they told them kids in the Bible, you nasty bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's trying to cash out.
Good Christian man.
We called him out. We called him out for what he is. He's a fucking pedophile.
Sicko.
Complete fucking
there would be no reason to shave a woman's head and cut her nails off if you weren't going to do anything harmful to her.
This is insane, y'all. This is so insane. I literally tried to be as charitable to him as possible. Great. We got restricted, y'all. We got restricted. I don't know if it was me or somebody else, but I know I'm restricted. He's blocked.
I didn't get one, but yeah, he's blocked.
All good. So this is insane, y'all. I even tried to be as charitable to him as possible to say, let's just say they waited the 10, 15 years for them to be an adult. It would still be great because she's a captive.
He also trying to mix in like indentured servitude. These are not, they're not going free after 7 years. Are you okay?
But here's the thing. Imagine using war as a reason to fucking rape innocents. He's no better than the people in this book. He's a disgusting pedophile.
And he's lying too, because there was no war. This is literally the God telling Israelites that they can go and kill people and take their land. What? That's not war. That's colonialism.
Yeah, I didn't even get to that part, Breezy. Like you're absolutely right. I didn't get to that part. That's insanity. This was when Moses was pissed off at that his soldiers didn't basically ransack an entire city. that was just it. They only took the cows or some shit, and he said you have to ransack the whole city. Insane, absolutely insane. My goodness, it's.
And as soon as they start talking that pedophile shit, like no, there's no more charity. Fuck them.
Yeah, true. I only tried to do that for him to understand exactly what was happening here, because he kept on trying to deny. He's trying to get around the young girls. Oh, this could have been at this age or that. It's like, nah. Oh, they're gonna procreate them later. Like, all right, cool. Let's give you procreate them later. Now what? It's still rape. It's insane, bro. That was absolutely insane. I don't even. Christ Almighty! Oh, Dreadful wants to come up.
Here's my thing. We need to stop being charitable to these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. They do not deserve respect. They deserve a prison cell.
I was just.
Honestly, they deserve worse. But for TikTok TOS, I'm not trying to get the banana, but you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
I was just coming up to say, even if because this is an argument you hear with Christians as well as like Muslims when they defend Aisha's age, right? It's always either she was a child or he got her as a child and then waited until she was of age. But either way, right, if you capture war brides and you wait until they're a certain age, you are literally grooming them. Like quite literally, you're grooming people. That is the definition of grooming.
Yeah, I didn't even get to that. Thanks for that, Dreadful.
But Dreadful, they're not even grooming them. They're literally holding them as slaves until they're old, till they decide they're old enough to rape them.
Yeah, exactly. What if they wait until they're 16? Still child rape.
That was my point, though. They don't have to wait because it tells you exactly how long to wait. 30 days.
30 days. And the thing is that the child could be any age. You know, and this is why I come for Judaism also. People are scared to do it. Not me. Fuck them. Because these motherfuckers at one point in time felt that if you did some things to a baby, it doesn't count because their hymen will just grow back. So
holy
keep
shit.
that in mind.
I didn't even know that. Holy crap.
I remember at one point there was a video of like a rabbi essentially smooching a child's pecker. And they recorded it and posted it online because that shit was that shit threw me the fuck off. They said it was like some like ceremony or whatever the case may be. Yeah, that shit threw me off.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that.
And now that they realize, well, back then when they realized that girls, not all of them bleed their first time, and I'm using girls because they weren't women. Girls as young as 8 years old start their period. I don't want to hear it. So when it comes to these little girls, only 47% bleed the first time. And that's even to this day. I would have been stoned to death because I didn't bleed my first time. So when they realized that was an issue, that's when they built a fence around that. But they didn't build a fence around the hymen, though. No, no, no.
Oh boy, my goodness gracious, y'all.
I was shaking on the memory, but Chris did confirm it because I'm like, I know I vaguely remember STDs being mentioned, but that's essentially how it got brought to light or whatever the case may be, because like he was transmitting shit it was a whole thing.
To kids?
It was a whole thing, and it was so disturbing.
Can't even fucking prove that the fucker exists, so we allow them to do these atrocious things, pay motherfuckers off because their God says so? Fuck that, and fuck you if you want to defend them. We need to start fucking being vigilantes at this point, because clearly the system favors sick motherfuckers because they're just as sick.
Yeah. No, 100%, Hanji, because like I don't know where I read it from, but I read it from somewhere. It says that we're still dealing with the fallout 3,000 years later. We're still dealing with the fallout of Second Temple Judaism. We're still dealing with it to this day. It's been at least 3,000 to 4,000 years, and we're still dealing with the fallout of Second Temple Judaism. We're still dealing with the fallout of Yahwehism. Yahwehism was a cult that existed in the kingdom of Judea back in when, what was that, 1400 BCE? So it's 4,000 years later, and we're still dealing with it. Oh, man. If I ever get a time machine, I will go back to that time and make sure that Yahwehism never becomes a thing, because we're still dealing with it, y'all. 4,000 years later.
I will choke out Amenhotep. I swear I will. Like, motherfucker, you're my, don't you? I will end the descendant line. Okay, Malaka? No.
Yeah, man. We need to make sure King David loses to Goliath. If we make sure he loses, then maybe we wouldn't be dealing with this shit today. Let's how to make sure he loses, y'all. Because my goodness, we're still in there with this bullshit today, y'all. Still dealing with bullshit.
Go back and what did Constantine say? He saw the cross in his dream, and that's why he painted the shield. Yeah, we gotta put the atheist symbol up there.
Yeah, exactly. Constantine said that he saw Jesus in the sky or some shit. We gotta make sure that he sees Zeus instead. Maybe we'll be following something different today. Oh man, because I wouldn't mind doing that. You know what I mean? Every December we do Saturnalia or whatever that's called. You know what I mean? We get together, burn trees, and give each other gifts. Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing that every year. You know what I mean? Maybe that would be a better tradition.
Of pagan traditions involving the Greek deities. And that's another thing too. At least my deities were like, humans are stupid. They're blaming us for their issues. That's a them problem. Like, but no, this deity is all loving. Oh no, please.
You know, I have heard that a lot of what's going on in Europe is neo-paganism. A lot of people are going back to that. We need that for the Black community. I know in Haiti it's starting to happen as well. A lot of this generation of Haitians are going back to voodoo. Yeah, I mean, and I love it. A lot of Haitian rappers, y'all won't understand what they're saying, but it's in rap Creole. In rap Creole, they have a lot of voodoo references, and in almost every song they say "Ayi Bobo." You hear that a lot. You hear "Ayi Bobo," which is like a voodoo like a shout out, like a voodoo ritual. It's amazing, and I love to see it. I think we need to see more of that. We need to see more hoodoo, more Ife, more voodoo, more Santeria. I want to see all that. Yeah, I mean, that's what we need to start going back to, because these were art. Even if you don't take it seriously, it's more metaphorical than literal, then still that would be amazing. You know, I would love to see us updating our African traditional religions into the 21st century. Because believe it or not, who was the president? The president that actually made being gay like legal in Haiti was one of the dictators. As a matter of fact, I think it was Baby Doc. Baby Doc made it legal. You know what I mean? And that's because the Duvaliers were voodooists. They were voodoo practitioners. And in the voodoo practice, being homosexual was nothing, basically. It was treated with ambivalence. There was actually an article from the 1920s that said Haitian man lives as a woman. And when they went to go interview his neighbors, they were like, yeah, we know who she is. You know, we know that she doesn't have the thing. She has something else down there, but they treat her as a woman. You know, they knew. Like, it was regular. They were like, yeah, we know. We know how that person is. Like, it's we don't take it as anything bad. Like, that's how it was. You know, but of course, because of missionaries that went down to Haiti, because of American imperialism that went down to Haiti, interfered, none of that was all that was suppressed, basically. You know what I mean? But if voodoo was allowed to spread naturally, like, Haiti would be not anti-LGBTQ today. They'll be fine with it. So it's one of those things, y'all. We're still dealing with Christianity. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kanji. I'm sorry.
The thing is that anti-LGBT, you know, this shit, the gays have been around for millennia. The trans have been around for millennia. Like, I don't understand why Christianity decided to add that in when the majority of them were part of my ancestry. And it's just like, you fuckers were gay. Like, why do you, what? The self-hatred is unbelievable.
It's like, bro, y'all niggas was gay too. What's going on? What are y'all doing?
Fuck, man.
What are y'all doing, bro? Like, yeah, y'all was doing this shit too. What are y'all doing now? Why y'all taking this so seriously? And so, like, I don't get it. I think what that's what makes when I was back in 2004, when Bush was going to be president, a lot of people were trying to vote for Bush because it's like, oh, you know, I don't think it's right to be gay or whatever. I'm like, dog, he can't stop it. He can't stop it, y'all. I think that's what really started me questioning conservatism back in those days. I'm like, he can't stop people from doing that. Like, what's the problem? I never understood it. I don't get it to this day.
Self-hatred and projection.
True. All right, y'all. We still got more people to we got some spots up on the stage. So if you would like to come up, anybody who's watching us over on the YouTubes, I put the link in the comments to come up. If you're watching us on TikTok right now, it's in the comments. Please start sharing out this live. We have 134 likes. My bad. 154,000 likes. Let's try to get to 200,000 before the end of the day. Where Bar went? Where you at?
They're taking his old man nap.
He is taking his nap.
About that time, you know, his blood sugar's a little low.
Y'all stop playing with Bar.
56. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, old people can't handle medicine. That shoulder gets a hurt and that Tylenol kicks in. Whooping his ass.
Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. We're just waiting, y'all. Just wait for somebody else to come up. I don't have the music right now, but
well, my husband's team just won the World Cup. Well done.
I can sing to y'all.
Looked at the score 2 minutes ago too. I said, "Damn, they still going."
Who, Spain?
Yeah, that's his team.
All right, cool. Yeah, Spain won the World Cup. Yeah, they did. That's the final. All right. We have
106 minutes in. Argentina sitting on a red card. I think they're going to call it. I think they're just going to give it to Spain because they went all this time and finally one goal and it goes to Argentina. Whatever. No. Well, we'll
there's
see.
a red card. All right. Who do we have up here? Cardinal? You there, Cardinal?
That's Lords.
Oh, that's Lords. That's Lords. Okay. Lords, how's it going, Lords?
Spain was playing Argentina, so everyone was going for Spain.
Everyone was going for Spain, yeah.
I just came up to say that BAR is always calling us the Gutenberg gang, but I don't take naps. Naps is for babies.
Especially after not doing shit. How you get sleepy sitting on
After a long day of work. That's why Lords don't take naps.
I don't take
Blame Auntie if she does.
Oh, baby, neither.
You know, Lords be having a long day at the office. You know she be tired.
I'm about to hop down. I gotta make a phone call. I'll holler at y'all.
No problem, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna hop down in a little bit too. Oh, I've been on for 2 hours, 30 minutes. I'm gonna hop down probably like another 15 minutes. I was just seeing if we have another guests.
Well,
Saturnalia. That's
party
what
at
it's
my
called.
place in a little bit. But
Oh yeah, what's going on?
no, I'm just going live. I was just saying party at my place.
Okay. Gonna go live in a bit. Yeah, sounds good. I'll go ahead and be tapping the screen whenever you go live. But yeah, y'all, I'm in the early stages of planning the next bash, picnic. I'm in the early stages of planning it. So when I asked the Discord, people on Discord say they want to go to Chicago for this one. I put Atlanta, I put Houston, I put Miami for it. But
Chicago.
people want to go to Chicago.
You're trying to go across the country. My God.
Yeah, this one was in Central Florida. The next one I was gonna plan it for it to be in Atlanta. But when I put it up for a vote, a lot of people were saying Chicago. So I'm like, Chicago? All right, I don't know nothing about Chicago. So
Ain't it windy out there? It's cold out there.
Yeah, I know it's cold, but I know it ain't like that all the time. I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna be the summer. You know what I mean? So I'm always do bash
Yeah.
picnic in the summer. So if we do go to Chicago, this time I'm gonna plan a lot better. I'm gonna get us a house. You know what I mean? So we'll go ahead and barbecue out there at the house and everything. So everybody. And let me see what's easier for everybody. I'm like, man, y'all choosing Chicago? I'm not. I don't know about Chicago. Maybe Houston or Atlanta. Those might be easier because we had a lot of people coming from Texas in the last one. So I said I might do either Houston or Atlanta. I'm not sure about Chicago, but this time I'm gonna get us a house. I'll make sure that we get a section out in the club. You know what I mean? And in the clubs, we're gonna have that. You know those big signs when the bottle girls come out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a sign that says "Black Atheist, no God we trust." Yeah, you know that's something I have it out there. So we'll do it out there. You know what I mean? One of these years, I want to do it in a different spot every year. So, if this year we do it in Houston or Atlanta, or I said this year. I said next year in 2027. If we do it in Houston or Atlanta, 2028 I'll do it in New Orleans. You know what I mean? And then 2029 we could do like Vegas or LA or something like that. But I'm always planning this out. But we definitely gonna have to go ahead and come out there.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not sure where Dreadful is. Dreadful, you in the South or you in like the Midwest or the Northeast?
Oh, I'm in Jersey, big boy.
Oh, you're in Jersey. Okay. You know something? I wanted to do another meetup this year, and I wanted to do it in New York for the Labor Day parade because that's around my birthday time. You know what I mean? But like my birthday is August 31st.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
okay, word.
Yeah, and Labor Day is
My birthday is the very next day.
September 1st. Yeah, because I want to go up there for the Labor Day parade. You know, you got the Jamaican flow and the Haitian flow. You know, my wifey's Jamaican. You know what I mean? And I'm Haitian. The Haitian flow is always last. Yeah, so it's like I was gonna go out there to NYC for the Labor Day parade and bring everybody. You know what I mean? But we may not have time or the logistics to plan it. Not only that, I might be moving around that time. So maybe next year though. You said you're in Jersey though?
I'm right in Jersey. I'm right next to New York. So like I'm in North Jersey, so I'm right next to New York. I've been to a couple of the parades. They
That's
do be
like
nice
2
out there.
weeks away. My baby birthday is on the 25th, and then my other baby birthday is on the 9th. But they no. Y'all say August. I'm thinking at the end of July.
Oh, yeah, it's August. All right, so maybe we could do that next year. If I do the bash link up again, we'll see what we do with that, because I don't know about Chicago. Yeah, I don't know about Chicago, but we'll do the bash link up next year, and then we'll see if we could do a second one. If we do a second one, I'll actually do it in New York for my birthday, because I would love to go out there to do that again. Those Labor Day parade is amazing. Yeah, it's I don't know if you ever been there. Yeah, you never been to Labor Day parade? You been to one?
Not
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So y'all got to come out. Labor Day parade it's a lot though. It is a lot. Especially the floats that come by. The biggest floats are always the Jamaican float and the Haitian float. Those are always the biggest one. But yeah, I got to come out there. It's a good time, and I'll bring y'all to what Haitians call a bal, basically a ball where we get a compa band, and they go to a venue, and they basically sell it out, and we all be there. They have all white parties, all black parties, so they're pretty dope. We'll go ahead and do that. As a matter of fact, yeah, August the 1st is gonna be an all white party, but that's down here in Miami. That's in Miami. That's down here in Orlando. So I gotta take you out to some of those. All right, but let's see if there's anybody else who would like to come up. What else we got? No, I ain't got nobody. All right, y'all. So that's about 2 hours 30. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. You guys run the live, all right? So, but I do appreciate y'all. Okay, so as I always say, for every live, everybody be soft. All men should be soft, and that means to be secure, be affectionate, be wise, be flexible, and be trustworthy. Every man should be soft. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night, all right? Peace. Let me know when Bar comes back. All right, y'all. He went night-night. All right, y'all. I'm going to see y'all later. Appreciate y'all.
I'll see you guys at the Arios.
I ain't gonna lie, when my boy said be